Lexus for hosting this. They've got some great info for us on mainly the IS, but I think they'll be touching on the ES as well. That gets some new stuff for 2021 as well. I don't have a whole lot to talk about from the mama end of things. We've not got the next e-meet locked in just yet, but I'm sure we'll probably have at least one or two more before the end of the year. So keep an eye on your emails for that. We will also be having the next issue of our newsletter coming out very soon, beginning of November. And yes, just given the state of the world today, I'm sure it will not surprise anybody that we will not be having an in-person holiday social this year, which is a bummer, but obviously not a surprise. But we'll kick around the idea amongst the board of maybe doing some kind of Zoom virtual thing that could be fun. We could all hoist a few in front of our computers and have some fellowship that way. So as far as today goes, let me just throw out our hashtags for you to use with your social media posts. It's, again, as usual, Mama eMeet, hashtag Mama eMeet, and Lexus IS and Lexus ES. And then we'll kick off the presentation here. We'll use the chat function as we have in the past to ask questions. If you would, please hold your questions until the end of the presentation. It's just singular, Jill, eMeet. I don't think we've used e-meets plural. So yes, please hold your questions till the end of the presentation. And Harvey's gonna mute everybody once things get started. But please just periodically check that you're on mute. Every now and again, we get some ambient noise in the background if people are off mute. So with that, let me hand things over to Lexus. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so now everyone's muted. Chad, you'll have to unmute.
All right, I think I got it in there.
Here we go.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. It's good to see you all again virtually. And I wish I was seeing you all at one of the rallies like we all do, but hopefully we'll have a great time here going through the presentation on the IS, ES, and some other little tidbits that I have in store for you. I'm going to turn my camera off right now just to help with the bandwidth of the presentation for you, as we have a couple little video clips inside for you. So I'm going to put that up on the screen. This looks like it's still saying that I do not have permission to share.
Sorry, try it now.
No worries at all. Let's get that going there. Hopefully y'all can, got a lot of things on my screen with it. There we go. Hopefully y'all can see that from here. All right. I'll take that as a yes at the moment. So today I'll have the pleasure to take you all through some exciting updates for us at Lexus with the 2021 model year, starting off with the 2021 Lexus IS that is just starting to arrive at our dealerships across the country. So we're very excited for that. And then next, I'll take you through some key changes that were made to the ES to allow for the new ES all-wheel drive. And lastly, I'll take you through our model year 21 Blackline Special Edition vehicles. We have some unique things that have been added into our line because of that for our guests. So starting off with the IS, ever since the debut of its first generation in 1989, the IS has been a model that has pursued a fun of driving unique to compact rear-wheel drive sports sedans, along with being a car that has been built for Lexus driving performance, serving like a whetstone for fine-tuning the driving sense for drivers. The IS has been ever popular through its high level of driving performance, as well as through its sporty styling. For 2021, IS expands on the third generation for the IS and ushers in a new chapter for the vehicle and for Lexus. The driving character of the new IS was refined and inspired by our Chief Branding Officer, Akio Toyoda's passion for a front-engine, rear-wheel drive compact sports sedan. With that in mind, our Chief Engineer, Naoki Kobayashi, and his team instilled that the 2021 IS is the starting point for the development of what we call the Lexus driving signature, which is founded on the idea that a balanced, linear driving experience inspires driver confidence. There are 3 key stories that I want you to remember throughout this presentation. First, the dynamic performance has been extensively developed and refined, resulting in improved responsiveness to driver inputs and improved rider comfort, and showcases the first steps into that Lexus driving signature. Number 2, led by our chief designer, Kenshi Hiraya, the team crafted an agile and provocative new design with an athletic silhouette that expresses the dynamic character even before the driver touches the throttle. And third, the 2021 IS features the latest in technology for Lexus with our new multimedia system and Lexus Safety System Plus 2.5. The IS will come in 2 main styles, the IS 300 and the IS 350 F Sport, which are both available in rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive platforms. From a national perspective, we're looking at about a 50-50 split between these 2 models. Compared to the outgoing model, the new IS is longer and wider with an aggressive planted stance that is strengthened by a sleek, sporty silhouette of the new design. The top of the headlamps have been lowered by 1.7 inches to emphasize a lower center of gravity. And as your eyes move towards the back, you'll notice the roof line tapers quickly to the trunk, creating a coupe-like impression. Most notably, on the side of the vehicle, the fenders have been widened by over 1/2 inch, allowing for larger wheels and tires, creating a wide, muscular stance. Designers adopted the side view mirrors from our flagship Grand Touring Coupe, the LC, to help with straight line ability and high style. And the newly developed signature grille features a 3-dimensional polyhedral structure that expresses a sense of precision and sportiness. A lower center of gravity is expressed also with a lower portion area around the grille, matched by new rocker panels with aero-stabilizing lower fins that accent the side profile, with a design that kicks up in the rear, featuring a sharp contour that carries into the muscular shoulders over the rear wheel wells. A new stamping method was developed called press in mold to create the sharp, precise character line that accentuates the rear fenders. Standard headlamp is a compact bi-LED headlamp featured in a newly integrated upper signature daytime running light that gives further impression of the lower and almost menacing front stance to the vehicle. The new projector design is 57% smaller than the unit used in the outgoing model. Available premium triple beam LED headlamps feature an all-new design that is slimmer and more compact and even 53% smaller than those found on the LC, contributing to reduced weight at the front end of the vehicle. The IS tail lamp is something special, and it highlights by a dramatic L-shaped blade style light bar that emphasizes the wide planted look of the rear of the vehicle. The center light is illuminated by 2 socket LEDs that reflect light through a light guide to create a seamless light blade effect. Engineers created the IS to go beyond coefficient of drag and basic aerodynamic efficiency to encompass vehicle stability and overall handling. The air slits that flank the front of the IS were designed to minimize separation of the airflow along the bumper sides, contributing to enhanced steering responsiveness. The side sill fin extensions on the rocker moldings cause vertical resistance force that counters the roll movement when the vehicle moves during lane changes and cornering, helping to improve that overall vehicle stability. Vortex generators on the A-pillar and tail lamp housing, along with a flush beltline molding, help stabilize the airflow along the body, again helping to enhance that overall straight line stability and controlling body roll. At the rear, a new diffuser, air breathers, and a vertical fins help reduce turbulence, enhancing the sense of rear wheel grip and overall straight line ability. A rewarding driving experience has always been central to the character of the IS since the first generation of this iconic model. The development of the latest version has tested and refined every component from the ground up in order to establish the Lexus driving signature for the new IS. Located within a rural mountain range in Japan's Aichi Prefecture, Toyota's Technical Center Shimoyama features a 3.29-mile winding test course that emulates many sections of some of the most grueling tracks around the world, including the Nürburgring Nordschleife. This test course takes advantage of local topography and features a wide range of curves, corners, and multiple types of different road surfaces. And during the new IS, Development in such a severe driving environment was very essential to identify ways to increase suppression responsiveness and reduce unnecessary movement from unsprung mass, making the IS a vehicle that is more balanced, refined in control, and confident than ever before. The exceptional ride quality is the result of heightened focus of tuning of the chassis and its interactions with the vehicle's controls through diligent evaluations at Shimoyama. The chief engineer had a goal in mind that the new IS encourages you to conquer any corner or straight line as you wish, helping you to refine your driving skill as you grow with the vehicle. With that in mind, he had the team look at not only initial turn in on a corner, acceleration pedal application, or brake pedal application, but they also evaluated the improvement of steering turn back feel after coming out of a corner and the lift pressure of the brake pedal after application. Our engineering team set out this mission, and it all starts with the chassis and body structure. Strategic enhancements were made to increase body rigidity to help improve overall handling. Number one, as you see here, the radiator support side members were enlarged from 1.4 inches to 2.5 inches near the shallowest points to improve overall stability and steering responsiveness and feedback. Number two, the total number of spot welds used on the front side members were increased by 55 to make the weld pitch closer and increase panel joint rigidity, which also contributes to overall stability and steering response. And number three, the upper body rigidity has been improved through an enlarged C-pillar frame, with now the rail outer has been extended to the rear of the vehicle, connecting those two sections and contributing to frame joint rigidity. This improvement helps with the management of road surface inputs, making it possible to absorb and transmit those inputs by using the entire vehicle frame, resulting in improved rigidity. The IS's front suspension improvements were focused on delivering steering response that is faithful to the driver's intent under high G-force loads. Precise steering feel with clear feedback and refined ride comfort with minimal body motion and reduced shock. The layout has been changed to accommodate the larger wheel diameters and also the tires. Upper control arms have been changed from steel to aluminum, which reduces down unsprung weight by 18%, and revised bound stomper material and shape to reduce down the shock fluctuations and improve ride comfort. Coil spring weight reduction through the material change has also been reduced by 20%. The suspension now also employs swing valve shock absorbers that can provide strong dampening force in response to minimal vehicle movement where the absorber's stroke velocity is ultra low, like when driving on a smooth highway, makes it even smoother, contributing to excellent steering response and a smoother, flatter vehicle posture with good settling. With the multi-link rear suspension, continued focus on reducing down unsprung weight was a key focus. The rear coil springs are 20% lighter than the outgoing model. New forged aluminum A-arms have replaced steel parts, reducing in 18% weight reduction. And the stabilizer bar is made from a new material that allows for a more optimized diameter and thickness, resulting in a 17% weight reduction. These changes combine to help produce the balance and linear feeling during acceleration in response to steering and under braking. Engineers switched from our lug nuts and wheel studs to lightweight hub bolts to secure the wheel to the new IS. Hub bolts allow for greater fastening strength and increase in rigidity that helps improve braking and handling feel. These hub bolts eliminate 2 pounds of total unsprung weight combined, and the IS is the first Lexus since the LFA supercar to incorporate these. Active cornering assist has been incorporated to reduce the tendency of understeer when cornering under pressure. The higher control corner by providing brake control to the inner wheels based on lateral acceleration when G-force demands are greater during spirited driving, further building on the confidence of the driver. The IS 300 rear-wheel drive vehicles utilize a 2-liter twin-scroll turbocharged engine that provides 241 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque through an 8-speed sport direct shift automatic transmission. While the IS 300 all-wheel drive employs a 3.5-liter V6 that delivers 260 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque to all 4 wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission that provides the power and reliability that our guests require. Now let's take a look at the interior of the new IS. has been updated to further refine the experience in a sporty tailored cabin. The horizontal upper dash design was made to reduce down intrusions in the driver's sight lane as they scan the road left to right. It also features stitching detail for greater visual appeal and to emphasize the horizontal design. Giving homage to the first generation IAS, the outboard vertical vents are now giving homage back to the original circular design with easy turnable knobs to open and close the vents. New multimedia touchscreens are now more than 5.5 inches closer to the driver than previous displays, allowing for easy access to the screen. These screens come in a standard 8-inch or available 10.3-inch touchscreen navigation display. The IS now has standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, and owners not only can interact with their favorite device with a voice command system, but also have access to Alexa thanks to the Lexus plus Alexa app for onboard communication and the Lexus skill for a home to car experience that control the needs for owners between their vehicle and smart home. The suite of connected technologies in the new IS also include available Lexus Informed Safety Connect, Service Connect, Remote, and onboard Wi-Fi. Using the Lexus app, drivers can also remotely start their vehicle, especially like when you're having snowfall these days, you might like that. Lock and unlock the doors, access vehicle health reports, maintenance alerts, and more, all at your fingertips. For those that want a more immersive experience inside the IS, the available Mark Levinson premium surround sound audio system utilizes 1,800 watts through 17 speakers, which is over double the number of watts in the outgoing model. This system not only incorporates pure play and quantum logic surround, further elevating the listening experience. And in the spirit of continuous improvement, or Kaizen, the new IS offers advanced safety technology and features. The 2021 IS is the first Lexus to come standard with Lexus Safety System Plus 2.5. It goes beyond the outgoing model's Lexus Safety System Plus by expanding the scope of hazard detection and adding additional driver support functions. Key notable differences include pre-collision system with pedestrian detection now in low light situations, daytime bicyclist detection, along with advancements in the system that have allowed for new features. Dynamic radar cruise control has now been upgraded to all-speed dynamic radar cruise control with curve speed reduction functionality. Our lane departure systems have now increased to lane tracing assist, and IS now offers roadside assist. The improvements to pre-collision system are the result of an enhanced monocular camera and the millimeter wave radar. A new feature called intersection turning assist has been now incorporated. The system is designed to help detect vehicles or pedestrians approaching ahead of the vehicle and may activate the pre-collision system's functions of frontal collision warning, brake assist, or automatic emergency braking when performing vehicle turns through intersections. The system is not designed to detect vehicles or pedestrians traveling in the same direction as the vehicle itself. Emergency steering assist is designed to help provide steering assist to the driver in situations where the pre-collision system has determined the possibility of a collision within the lane ahead and the driver has initiated a steering input to avoid that collision. The system is designed to help support the driver's evasive maneuvering by assisting with steering action to help enhance vehicle stability and help prevent the vehicle from leaving its lane. With a growing number of incidents happening in parking situations, the IS is also available with parking support alert and braking systems. Intuitive parking assist, that's a part of it with auto braking, uses sonar system at the front and rear of the vehicle that are designed to detect static objects. Rear cross traffic braking utilizes lateral focused quasi-millimeter wave radar sensors in the rear of the bumper that are designed to detect vehicles crossing behind the vehicle. And by combining that system with rear camera, rear pedestrian detection is used to detect pedestrians that may pass behind the IS. Blind spot monitors and rear cross traffic alert are now also standard on the IS that guests will love. That also use that quasi-millimeter wave radar sensors to help detect a range that extends up to 197 feet rearward in adjacent lanes. For added convenience and safety, the available panoramic view monitor provides a bird's eye view of parking situations. Personally, one of the features I love and use all the time when I park. I almost turn it like a new video game, try to get to that perfect parking spot. And the IS comes standard with 10 airbags. And the side impact airbags are a new 3-chamber design developed to meet new SUV side impact testing planned by the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. Furthering the IS dynamic experience is the 2021 IS 350 F Sport. The IS F Sport lineup has been completely reimagined for 2021 model year, as F Sport is only offered and will be included in as an IS 350 offering. The F Sport features a host of visual and performance cues that immediately set it apart from the IS 300. The unique F Sport front bumper was inspired by the Lexus RCF high-performance coupe front-end design and incorporates large front functional brake cooling ducts that flank either side of the F Sport signature grille in gloss black. Standard 19-inch width 19-inch staggered width F Sport wheels with a dark metallic finish are fitted with 235/40 front tires and 265/35 rear tires, providing a larger contact patch for improved cornering performance. F Sports also feature gloss black side rocker fins and standard rear spoiler. And to finish off the rear, every F Sport comes with a more aggressive rear diffuser in gloss black and F Sport badging. On the inside, the IS 350 F Sports features F Sport 3-spoke leather-wrapped heated steering wheel with paddle shifters, aluminum sport pedals, black headliner, black geometric film ornamentation, and aluminum door sill scuff plates. And F Sport models incorporate a new graphic pattern of embossed intersecting lines adorned on each door in new luxe trim. Deep and supportive F Sport seats are also found in each F Sport model that utilize integrated foaming construction where the upholstery is set into the mold first and then filled with foam to firmly attach the upholstery to the cushion, eliminating wrinkling and slippage for a more appealing look and performance. The IS F Sport also comes with our LFA-inspired 8-inch TFT LCD display with full movable bezel to open up for more driver needs and settings. And for buyers that crave more power, that's where the IS 350 F Sport shines in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive performance by a 3.5-liter V6 that produces 311 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. Rear-wheel drive models come with our 8-speed Sport Direct Shift automatic transmission, while the all-wheel drive sends power through a 6-speed. Rear-wheel drive models feature a 0 to 60 timing in 5.6 seconds and all-wheel drive in 5.7. Taking the IS to the next level, the IS is offered with a dynamic handling package designed to further elevate the driving experience. The package will now include a Torsen limited slip rear differential that helps achieve higher traction performance and handling, as well as driving stability found on rear-wheel drive models only. The F Sport tuned adaptive variable suspension allows the driver to tailor the driving experience by selecting different driving modes that adjust the levels of dampening force. And you can see here with 5 different modes of driving, the drive mode select, and not only on the Sport S Plus mode that can adjust the adaptive suspension, but it also adjusts powertrain throttle response, gear shifting dynamics, and adjust the electric power steering into sport modes. Dynamic Handling Package IS will also feature 19-inch lightweight BBS forged alloy wheels finished in matte black. The BBS wheels are approximately 4 pounds lighter per wheel combined to the standard 19-inch F Sport wheel. The rear is rounded out with a carbon fiber rear spoiler that reduces down lift by 47% at higher speeds. And on the interior, ash wood interior trim is found on the doors and on top of the F Sport steering wheel. Owners will also be given a Lexus card key for additional added convenience. To recap, let's take a quick look at those 3 starting points that I spoke about at the beginning. First, the dynamic performance of the IS has been extensively developed and refined, resulting in improved responsiveness to driver inputs and improved ride comfort. The new IS showcases the first step in the Lexus driving signature, and it has improved responsiveness and agility to feel more connected to the driver. F Sport models will also come with a 311 horsepower, 3.5-liter engine, and offer the new dynamic handling package to take drivers to the limits. The new exterior design was crafted to be agile with an athletic silhouette that expresses that dynamic character of the new IS with that wide and low stance with muscular lines over the larger wheel offerings and new distinctive signature lining front and rear of the vehicle. And lastly, the IS features the latest in multimedia and safety technology with the new touchscreen displays, available 1800 watt premium audio system, new Lexus Safety System Plus 2.5 features, and standard blind spot monitor with your cross traffic alert. Now let's switch gears, and I'd like to tell you a little bit more about what's new for the Lexus ES that we're very excited about. And for 2021, the Lexus ES lineup has expanded with the introduction of the ES 250 all-wheel drive that can also be found as an F-Sport model. Every ES 250 all-wheel drive comes with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine delivering 203 horsepower through an 8-speed sport direct shift automatic transmission that delivers power to all four wheels. Thanks to a dynamic torque control all-wheel drive system, this powertrain was developed specifically for ES guests right here in North America by our engineers up in Ann Arbor, Michigan's Research and Development Center, and our manufacturing plant in Georgetown, Kentucky, where the ES is assembled. There are a few key differences between the ES front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive vehicles, primarily when it comes to the engine, sends the power. Front-wheel drive vehicles, the ES employs a front differential, and on the ES all-wheel drive, it incorporates a front and center differential together, along with a transfer case and one compact unit up front. Then you'll notice a drive shaft that runs all the way to the back of the vehicle that uses an electromagnetic coupling that connects to the rear differential and is located on the rear axle. In addition, engineers created a saddle-style gas tank to allow the drive shaft to provide power to the rear wheels. The entire drivetrain, from the power delivery and transmission tuning to torque transfer to the rear wheels, was tuned to give a faithful response to the driver's demands. Using information gathered from wheel speed sensors, longitudinal and lateral G sensor, yaw sensor, and steering angle sensor, the front to rear torque distribution is finally controlled between 100% up front to a split 50-50 front to rear drive force. In normal conditions, the vehicle runs in front-wheel drive unless power is needed to the rear wheels. So why did we set on creating an ES all-wheel drive? And if I had to really summarize it up in one word, it'd have to be confidence. It's about the confidence that ES will provide our guests regardless of the weather conditions, where we now have Lexus quality, the roominess of the ES, and the confidence of all-wheel drive combined to be the perfect everyday and road trip vehicle. And now let's kind of wrap it up by talking about some exciting enhancements to our Blackline Special Edition vehicles. In 2021, Lexus is giving Lexus drivers a new way to style their ride with our Blackline Special Editions. Each vehicle is complete with unique touches of style and refinement, both inside and out. And this year, Lexus introduced a new custom travel partner, Zero Halliburton, high-end travel cases designed exclusively for Lexus. Each Blackline Special Edition will receive a set of edge, lightweight matte black cases that mimic signature touches of the Lexus Blackline series. Guests can also choose to purchase these separately with limited quantities available on our Lexus collection. And for time's sake, I'll point out one example of the unique style in the Blackline Special Edition vehicles. And the one that I personally love is the NX. It has one of the most unique offerings by being the first ever NX Hybrid F-Sport offered. With 1,000 units in production, guests can not only have the first hybrid NX in the F-Sport treatment, but also have special Blackline treatment included, such as dark finish alloy wheels, color keyed over fenders, black outside mirrors, and black interior with blue contrast stitching throughout the cabin. The Blackline Special Edition Lexus vehicles have given Lexus guests uniquely crafted vehicles, now with uniquely crafted luggage sets from Zero Halliburton to match their style. Offered on the Lexus ES, RC, UX, NX, and RX vehicles. Thank you very much for the time today. I know that it was a real lot of information in a short window. It was a pleasure kind of speaking with you once again today with the Mama organization, and hope to see you all at the next opportunity that we have. With that, I would like to send it back to the group.
All right. Thank you, Chad. I'm already getting some questions. So yes, everybody, please feel free to type questions into the chat function, and I'll roll through those for the Lexus folks. So Harvey is first out of the gate. He asks, why is a 6-speed transmission in the all-wheel drive versions instead of the 8-speed that's in rear-wheel drive IS models?
Great question. It all comes down to when developing this vehicle, that was a great opportunity that we already have a vastly proven system on the vehicle. With a 3.5 liter V6 and a 6-speed automatic transmission, the power delivery with the all-wheel drive system is optimal for what our guests are looking for. With creating a 2-liter turbo version, which you see with some of the competitors, that would have contributed for a lot more time in research and development. And this was not quite where the chief engineer wanted to go. He felt this engine was exactly what our guests are looking for.
All right. And then Brendan Appel asks, does the introduction of the touch screen mean the trackpad is dead?
Not quite dead. It's still there. It's actually, previous IS had a remote touchpad interface, or the mouse operation that people are familiar with. This iteration of the IS not only has the touchscreen, but now has our more advanced touchpad. So it's a larger contact patch, a little bit easier connection between a smartphone that a younger demographic kind of connects to pretty easily. But honestly, it's basically on whatever the user prefers at this point. You can use the touchscreen or the touchpad. As I'm jumping between vehicles, for example, I'm so used to the touchpad, I lean towards that, unless I'm trying to showcase off the touchscreen to some of my friends.
So is the touchpad and the touchscreen, are those functions completely redundant, or are there some things that you can only do through the touchpad and not the touchscreen?
You can do them both. The only thing that's going to be found on the touchpad is actually a menu button. That's the only thing that we do not have on the touchscreen itself. So to go back to the main menu, that would be on the trackpad. But besides that, pinch and zoom you can do on the screen. You can type into the on-screen display keyboard to put in your address of choice, or just use the voice command systems, all the same.
Okay. And then Jill Simonillo asks, is wireless charging available?
Wireless charging is available as an option, yes.
Okay. Is that standalone?
It's a standalone option, yes.
Okay. And Randy Stern asks, on the ES250 all-wheel drive, was the selection of the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine based on accommodating the integrated transmission transfer case?
So that development was made in-house, again, here specifically for North America. They looked at a lot of different opportunities there, one of which was drivetrains that are proven that would work really, really well, that we have available in our lineup. And then we wanted to also look at opportunities for manufacturing here in Kentucky while keeping the price extremely similar right to where the regular model costs. So now the guests can select between the two options without a larger price spike. With them being extremely similar on top of each other, normally, if we went with another drivetrain option, it would have went for a larger increase in price if we went with a different offering. But with this setup, the body structure of the vehicle could fit it. With that transfer case, we were allowed to have that drive shaft run all the way to the back, as you could see that kind of under the car look that we looked at. And look at accommodating for also co-developing at the same time with our Toyota counterparts, like on the Avalon. Just to kind of reiterate a little bit, even though they jointly work together, the ES was completely separate and took special tuning to give that Lexus driving feel and reduce down noise, vibration, harshness to the levels that we appreciate at Lexus.
All right, and Brandon Appel asks, is there still a CD player?
There is still a CD player available for those that still have them. And we still do have the the visors up above too. So in case you have your 15 CD collection up top, you can pull them off the side visor.
But that is based on, because I think the test car that's the 300 that's in the fleet now has one. Is it standard or is it dependent on system?
Standard.
Okay. One of one of the few that still has it.
Yep, Lexus was the last company with the tape deck as well.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that the wide variety of people, no matter how you like to interact with music, you can be able to do it.
All right, Eric Tritko asks, can most, if not all, of the electronic safety nannies be turned off? Example, steering wheel being forced. And then the second half of his question also is wireless CarPlay available, wireless CarPlay available or coming?
Great questions. So first off, when it comes to safety technologies, each one can be individually taken off. Certain features like the pre-collision system automatically come on every single time you start the vehicle. So in case you want to turn that off yourself, you have to go into the system to turn it off. Main reason for that is just in case someone else got in the vehicle, we want to make sure that safety measure's there. However, unique features like the steering assist, emergency steering assist functionality, if the driver prefers not to have that system extra setting, you can turn that off and it will stay off until you decide to turn it back on yourself at a later time. So certain ones will stay steady, kind of like the main pre-collision system, because that would really help reduce down severity of collisions. That would come on. Other ones you would take off. Hopefully those are the safety systems you were speaking about. If you'd like anything further, I'd be happy to talk about those as well. And then the second part, I do apologize. Mind repeating that again?
Is wireless CarPlay available or coming? Specifically wireless.
So good question. On the IS, it is a connected for both CarPlay and for Android Auto at this point in time. We're always looking at the other opportunities, but for this vehicle, we found the connection was the best.
All right, Brendan, I'll ask this. I don't know if we're going to get an answer, but Brendan asks, will we see an ISF with this newest generation?
We're always listening and talking with all of our guests, our owners, our dealers, and all of you. And we're all enthusiasts as well. But at this point in time, we can't really discuss any future projects, but we're always looking at it.
All right, Carl Anthony asks, are what we seen in the IS, from the exterior design and powertrain to the architecture, chassis, and suspension, are we looking at the future of Lexus? The Toyota Technical Center, Shimoyama looks like a wonderful resource when it comes to engineering and design. What will that track play a role in every Lexus vehicle going forward?
Yes, it is. And it's really, really exciting for us, not only for the vehicles that we produce, but also the future vehicles to come, because normally, like other auto manufacturers, without having a test track like at this level, you go around the world as an engineering team testing out different roads and different tracks around the world, and you're subject to like when they have public track days, or when other companies are using that facility, you can't use it at the same time because you're renting them out for those special projects you're working on. So it really limits you down on the time to develop the vehicle even further. This track allows our team to continually, nonstop refine and tune our vehicles, and every single vehicle moving forward will be tested on this track and met to those standards. This is improving our cars and improving our engineers to better understand all of the little small tweaks that can happen. And that's what really matters when it comes to Lexus Driving Signature. It's about the details. It's getting really down into the minute small pieces that only having a facility like this can identify for the development. Great question.
All right, Paul H asks, for the ES, the front wheel drive will have more power than the all-wheel drive. Is there and also, is there an ES 350 all-wheel drive in the future?
Good question. So correct, the ES 350 has the larger engine, which is front wheel drive. And on the all-wheel drive model, we do have the 2.5 liter, which has less power. Again, talking about the future products, we're always looking at different offerings. But at this point in time, this again is what perfectly what we want for our guests and what they demand and need. It provides them the vehicle at the right price, with the right features and the right performance for what our guests are demanding.
All right, Bob Giles asks, regarding the interior design of the IS, you highlighted that horizontal door-to-door line across the dash. Please review how that improves the driver experience.
Great question. So I actually got to speak to the chief designer on this, kind of really got him to talk me through it. And what their goal was is even when you're sitting inside the driver's seat, and hopefully I know a lot of you have had the chance to do so, you'll even notice the touchscreen is actually where it's placed, really reduces down the amount of intrusion into that horizontal line. So as a driver, when you're driving that vehicle and you're looking left to right, without having intrusion or that line changing of the dash, it actually helps your eyes identify key points to focus in on, to help you drive safely and confidently, versus a car that has a very sloped or change curvature dash line, which then your eyes have to move continually over, back and forth, up and down. It's one of the focus points at Lexus that we've been looking at for quite a bit, because we found that with reduced down eye movement, it helps you stay more refreshed in the driver's seat and not tire you out as much. The more eye movement that you have, the more tired you become. And then you can't really enjoy those larger drives that we all love to do.
Hey, Damon, if you don't mind, hey, Chad, would you like to turn your camera on if you're able to?
Oh, sorry about that.
There you go.
I turned it off from the webcast, and I apologize. I didn't have it back on.
Okay, it looks like we've just got a couple more in the queue right now. So if anybody else has got other questions to ask, please type those in. So I'll move on to a question from Cliff Lepke. Does this IS with all-wheel drive have a bump out near the driver's right leg?
Yes, Cliff, it has. It still has that there. The padding along the side has been redesigned, so it's even more supportive for your leg that you want it for your driving feel. But yes.
All right, and Paul H asks, with the Acura TLX Turbo making over 350 horsepower, will the new IS get a bump in horsepower to keep up?
You know, we're always looking at the competition, as always. On this vehicle, we really focused in on overall driving feel of this car and this platform. The chassis had so much opportunity to progress. The engine is a very, very, very proven engine as well for the performance and longevity and quality that people expect from us. That really stands us apart from other brands. So we see that 311 staying there in this car.
All right, and Eric Tritko asks, because of the change in design in fuel tank, is the fuel capacity decreased in the all-wheel drive model?
So I imagine we're talking about the ES here for that one on the fuel capacity, and I would love to follow up with you on that. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. I don't have it off the top of my head. I do apologize, but I would love to follow up with you on it. Thanks, Eric. Sorry, I don't have that answer.
All right, that I believe gets us through the questions in the queue. If anybody else has anything to type, or if you want to ask something, just type Q and I can call on you if you want to ask one more thing before we wrap things up. Give it a second here. And again, if you have a question occur to you later, feel free to circle back. I'm sure Kurt and Jennifer will be happy to steer your question to the right place so they can get you taken care of afterward.
And for anyone who joined late, we have recorded this, so it'll be available to,
yes,
to review.
Brendan asks, are these in the fleet now, the IS? Kurt and Jennifer, do you have?
Not yet. The IS 350 should be in around mid to late December.
Okay. Is that, and that's going to be an F Sport, correct?
That is, right, Chad?
Yes, yeah, every 350 will be an F Sport.
Okay, and it's
so
the
that
new color Iridium
Oh, great color choice.
with red interior.
Ah, that's my favorite. If you've seen the walk around video, that's kind of been passed along. That was in that video, and I loved it.
And so that is, I guess I'm a little not 100% clear on that. Every IS 350 is in fact an F Sport. There are no non-F Sport IS 350s.
That's right. So all IS 350s only come as an F Sport. So it's one of the things that we kind of took a look at, and we found that people looking at F Sport models are looking for that extra performance, which has always been known to have better handling, better suspension system, and unique tweaks like dynamic handling packages that incorporates that torsion limited slip differential and things like that. This year, we really targeted that IS 350 F Sport to be the sole F Sport, which actually really helped us reduce down the cost of this, which I think a lot of you have also started to notice that this IS 350 F Sport comes in at a drastically reduced price than outgoing model 350 F Sport. Because we're only developing it on this one chassis, it helps with overall building the vehicle. So we have this vehicle at the exact price that our guests are looking for, the sweet spot. And we really are looking forward to seeing how guests appreciate that when it hits the showroom floors this week and moving forward. I know that all my friends are like, yeah, we got a cheaper, lower lease payment for them. They're happy. So that's a good win for the IS.
All right. Well, unless it doesn't look like we've got any other questions in the queue, so let me just quickly remind everyone of the hashtags again. That's hashtag LexusIS, hashtag LexusES, and hashtag MamaEmeet. So again, thank you so much to Lexus for hosting this. Thank you to all of you for attending. And again, keep an eye on your email for the next MamaEmeet and also for the newsletter that we'll be sending out in the near future. So thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Kurt, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not at all. But thanks again for your interest, and yeah, have a great rest of the week, gang.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
So long.